Hello, this is Prayas from No Nonsense Airbnb Tips, and today I'm going to talk about how to start Airbnb business without owning a house. I manage over 150 properties around the world, and I don't own any of them. Okay. There are various ways people manage to do this. People commonly on internet, when you go there, you'll find commonly the business model is people say arbitrage. You rent a property from someone and sell it on Airbnb. I'm not a big fan of that process. I have done that, okay, and I've burnt myself. It is a very risky process, okay. First, you have to convince a suspecting owner of what you're trying to do. After speaking to about 20, 30 property owners, you might manage to convince one person. And then there comes the liability of looking after that property. Let's say if there is a guest who damages the property to an extent which is not covered by Airbnb, and then you will end up paying the damages to the landlord. Okay. It is a very risky business. Okay. People hardly make money from this model. All those people on internet trying to tell you this is how it works. I am on my 50th property or 200th property. I really doubt whether they're really doing that kind of a business or that is just fluff. Okay. I scaled my business from one property to 150 and it is still growing using a completely different model. And I believe anyone can do that. If you've got time and if you've got the skills, which I have learned, you can learn them too easily. I had no clue what Airbnb is. And today I'm one of the most experienced hosts on Airbnb platform. Okay. You can do this. There is no money involved. You just have to spend your time and effort. Okay. No one on internet is telling this business. Okay. So the way it works, and I will tell you my story first. Okay. I started my Airbnb. I had a property in Edinburgh. I started renting it on Airbnb. I spent lots and lots of time trying to see how do I automate it because I had a 9 to 5 job. I still have a 9 to 5 job. Okay. And my idea was I'm going to automate it to an extent so that I don't have to spend any time on it. I spent for 6 months trying to work out everything I could, learned a lots of different technologies, automate the listing, get lots of bookings, optimize it. I'm from a technical background, so all those things made perfect sense to me. Within 6 months, the kind of results I got were astonishing. Okay, that was never expected when I started Airbnb. But I wanted to scale it, but I don't have money to buy a property just like everybody else. I cannot just keep buying properties, even if it is making me a lot of money. It is not making me enough money that I can buy a property in every 6 months or even 5 years, right? So then what I did was I started reaching out to other people in my area, reaching out to them, telling them, look, I can manage property. I'm running my own Airbnb successfully. Would you give the keys to me? And I will look after your automation, messaging, and I will set your prices up. I will tell your cleaners when someone is coming, when someone is going, and I will get you a lot more bookings because I learned the art of optimization in my first 6 months. Okay, and it gave me results. First few properties I got them instant results. They had nothing to do. They were just sitting back, relaxing while I was getting their property booked from 20% to 80% almost overnight. Okay. Within the next 6 months, I grew from one of my own property to 35 properties in my area because people could see the difference I was making, and it all spread by word of mouth because there were forums on internet, people were talking to each other, and all these hosts were telling, oh my god, I found a guy who is looking after all the messaging for me, and now he's getting me more bookings than I was ever getting. So it spread very, very quickly. And a majority of those people who came to me were moving from property management companies, which were multimillionaire companies running multiple offices in the city, and moving to me because I was giving them the same service those multi-million companies were giving, and they just loved it for a fraction of the price. They were charging him more than 20%, but I was not even charging half of that. Okay. Now, there was a problem with this model. I was the automation guy, I was the smart guy, I was the clever guy, but I was not the property manager. Okay. People were expecting me to be their property manager. They were expecting me to be their 24-hour guy. Anything goes wrong, they would phone me and they expected me to be there, which is not what I wanted. I was the automation guy. I knew how things work. I knew how to turn around, what are the best things to place in your property, and how to get you lots and lots of bookings. Now, at that point, I started giving all those keys back, whoever was expecting me to be their maintenance person. And then I moved on to another model where I started reaching out to people who were away from me in a different country, in a different city where they would not expect me to be there. Okay. And in the first place. And then I will tell them, look, this is what I do. I've done it to so many properties. And by that time, once you have 35, even 10 properties on your Airbnb profile, that is all you need. You need 10 properties or even 5 properties on your Airbnb profile. And when you sit and talk to someone, they will listen to you. Okay? Because most of the people, about 95% of the people on Airbnb who are hosting, are just hosting one property. Everyone probably wants to scale. But when you go there and sell them, I've got 5 properties on my profile, they will listen to you. Okay. That is all you need. 5, 10 properties, add them to your profile, and then start reaching out to other people. Tell them, this is what I do. I can do it for you for a fraction of cost. I know the tools, which I will do follow-on videos later on. Just use those tools, automate it, optimize it. People will get lots of bookings, and you become the smart person. You become the smart guy who looks after it from a distance, and it is perfectly scalable. You buy properties, it is not scalable. You manage properties physically, it is not scalable because you will be spending most of your time doing the firefighting. There are problems going on in the properties all the time, managing cleaners and all that. That is not your problem. The model I developed over time scaled. I grew from 1 to 150 properties, and none of the property is in my country. They're all in different parts of the world. Now it has come to a point where I'm saying no to properties because, I don't have time to even talk to those people. 150 is enough for me. I can scale in different directions, but things have moved on. I'm one of the most experienced hosts on platforms. So Airbnb started noticing me, and now I've started training people on behalf of Airbnb. So things are going in a different direction for me. But you know what? Arbitrage, people tell you, is not a good model. Okay, you will burn your hands. You will spend a lot of time. You will waste a lot of time trying to find a property. There is no right way of finding a property. There are always dodgy ways of finding a property. Use this model. Add a few properties on your Airbnb profile. Just reach out to your friends and family members, or even your neighbor, whoever is hosting it. Tell them you want to be their co-host. Airbnb allows co-hosting. Let them add you to their profile, to their listing. Just watch it, learn how to automate it, how to optimize it, learn all those skills on that person's listing, whoever is offering you. Don't charge them anything. Okay, even when I started doing this, I took on few my friends' properties, my relatives, my neighbors' properties, and I did it for free because I wanted to learn it. And that skill, once I learned it, I sold it to other people. Okay, use this model. Doesn't need any money. All it needs is a passion, your time, and you will gain the skill in no time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. I will be making many more videos like this, which I'm sure you will enjoy. All the best.